everybody, it is Tuesday, September 9th, and it's been a while since I've done one of these wandering around the property stream of consciousness. So what I'm going to do is I'll just give you a little kind of tour here of where we are as of today, and then I'm just going to post it to YouTube, and that'll be that for that. So you'll see that we have made a lot of progress here. So the field is all complete and ready for the irrigation system. We've got a lot of this stuff kind of filled in. You can see that I just dug a trench here today for the water from this well, where the cone is the well that we're going to get installed here. And that's all coming down to where the irrigation system is going to start. We've got another well that is already kind of hooked up here, and that goes back through the woods over to the log cabin. And we've had a variety of work days. Going back to like last year, Richard Pfeffer and Charlie Hughes went through the woods and kind of cut the path for it. And then I spent some time grubbing up all of the stumps along the way. And then we had a work day where we dug a trench. There was a lot of the old boys and women's plus side here from that one. There's a picture that Joe Mig took of everybody like down in the trench. But this thing is like 350 feet long, I think. Yeah, it was about 3 feet deep the whole way. And it goes from that well up there by the log cabin all the way along where we walked and over to the main pitch. So that's the deal. And just kind of as sort of an update, we are actively doing some heavy fundraising and get our certificate of occupancy so that we can play rugby in this place next year. And so to do that, we have to kind of finish everything that was on the plan, which includes this here is the site of the practice pitch. It's all kind of chewed up, so they used it as the staging area for screening all of our loam and mixing it with the sand to create the root zone mix for the main pitch. But basically Woods is working on they're working their way out. They're pretty much done over around the main pitch and are kind of working their way along the path over towards the practice pitch. We'll get that kind of stabilized, hopefully completed or pretty close to it, and get everything kind of buttoned up for winter. It was a really wet spring, as everybody knows, and we had a little problem with runoff while we were waiting for the thing to dry out. And we got some challenges down in the wetland that we're trying to figure out what we've got to do to manage there. This was one of the spots. The pipe goes in through under here, and the men's club came and they filled everything back in once we had the pipe laid down. And I like this little section that they put through here where it gets kind of shallow. So we're coming up out of the woods here towards the main pitch, and this is the so-called north slope, which has been a thorn in all of our sides these many years, but now it is just a beautiful grassy 3-to-1 slope. And we've had a watering crew who've been diligently working on this, getting the grass to grow, and they've done a really excellent job. But you can see that the field drip line filter, all of that gravel that runs along the side line, the pipe that runs through it comes out right there. Oh, here's the path here, and we're putting down what's our extra ECM here to make our nature path through the woods. This is all going to be very well secured along here, and eventually it's going to turn into nice loam. Oh, and these guys are laying in the this is the 48-inch culvert. Yeah, because there's some pretty like sensitive wetland areas down in here. I just found out this weekend that the salamander, the red-bellied salamander, red-striped salamander, is the most populous vertebrae in the state of Maine. So there's a fun fact for you. Okay, so all of this is now like finished grade. We're gonna have a big work day on Sunday. Hope we can see everybody out here. One of the things that we have to do, that we're on the hook for, installing the irrigation system. So this pipe here that goes up through the woods is the one that we walked along from the log cabin, and then this ditch up here is the one that goes up to our well by the cone up there. They're going to merge. We're going to merge the streams right here. Hopefully we're going to get 20 gallons a minute out of both of these, and we'll have 40 gallons a minute running along through our pipe to our main pitch. And a big shout out to Dylan and Al Rich in working on our well stuff. But we are going to have a pretty nice irrigation system out here when all is said and done. Hopefully, I shouldn't jinx myself, because of budgetary constraints, we're doing it ourselves. And so we've got kind of a design, we've got an idea of what we want to do, and now it's just going to be a bunch of work. So the schedule is looking like the hydroseed guy is coming here on September 28th. And then it's going to have a few weeks to grow, like during October, get established, and then it goes dormant for the winter. And then in the springtime, it'll just come on full force, and then we should be able to play on it late spring, early summer of next year. Check out our sweet parking lot lights, courtesy of ES Bolus. Yeah, this is our parking lot. We're going to pave it in the spring, and this is like a big part of what our fundraising is. Like, even though like we're kind of done with a lot of the development, we still have a lot more to pay for in the spring, including this, the parking lot. We've got it's a couple $100,000 or something like that to actually get the paving, and like these are going to be in an island, and there's going to be like trees growing in it. If you haven't already, get a hold of Jim Shiminski or Richard Pfeffer and talk to him about making a contribution. That's the parking lot, and I think it has 70 spaces in it. So 14 of these spaces down through here will be able to be they're not going to be like when we open up, but by the terms of our permit, we have to have the infrastructure in place to provide charging at 14. But 14 of them are going to be electrical vehicle charging. And so we have in the garage, we have the utility room that contains some impressive electrical infrastructure. And one of the things that we are kind of waiting on is for CMP to get our electricity turned on. This area, Willie DeVoe came out here on a heroic day and bush hogged the whole thing. And also he and John Shiminski kind kind of piled up a bunch of this wood. We need to have some more burns. We've had some pretty epic burns over the last little while, and just like taken so many truckloads of brush. Like this whole area here was just a disaster. Just so much concrete and bricks and you know, falling down trees, and like there was this huge pile here, and Howie organized a big like work day where they just had a ton of guys here, and it's all gone, and you can see the lake here. Okay, so that's about it. You know, contact Jim with donations, and come on out this Sunday. I think it's the 14th, September 14th. We've got a lot to do, and we could really use your help here. So that is about it. I think I will sign off there. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.